Hello, hello. Look who it is. It's your girl Beanie. Happy New Year. Woo woo. I hope you guys had a good New Year. Happy 2021. You know, a lot of people put a lot of stock in the fact of the change of the calendar, that it's going to, change your life. We're in control of what changes for us, right? And I think our attitudes and having a mindset of gratitude and positivity play a huge role in how things can work out for us. So, just be positive, you guys, and don't say, well, and I hope it's not like 2020. No, just don't even think about 2020. It's gone now, okay? It's done. It's done. It's gone. But I wanted to tell you about this fat lady moment I literally just had as I'm doing my afternoon walk. Okay, and I'm going to be I'm sitting in these metal chairs and they're awful. So I'm trying to find like a good way to sit where I can prop up my ham hock arms to hold the camera. So I think I told you guys I'm not buying any more clothes, right? Like I have to hit another substantial weight loss milestone to buy anything new. So I'm going to make do with what I have. I have sewing skills, so if I need to take something in, I'm going to just take it in. I'm really incorporating a make do and mend mentality. Right now, it's just a little challenge that I'm playing with myself, that I'm not buying anything. The only thing I'm going to permit myself to buy is bras and panties, and obviously socks is needed. And I just bought bras on Black Friday in like a plethora of sizes, so I'll be good. Oh my God, look at this. Did you guys see it? I don't know if I got it on camera. I'll have to see back. A truck just drove by and there was a guy sitting in the bed of the truck on a moped. Only in the South. Only in the South. Okay, so anyhow, so it's Sunday, so I have to do laundry. And I'm waiting to do laundry until I finish binding this quilt. You don't need to know the whole backstory, but you guys know that's what I do. I give you backstories for everything. So I tried on these pants, and I didn't think they were going to fit. I don't even remember buying them. They still had the tags on them from Kohl's, but I tried them on. They fit. I'm like, oh snap. Okay, I'm going to wear these to work out in. And listen, when I'm walking in my neighborhood, I don't really care what I look like. Like, the scuzzier I look, the better, because I already told you guys I always have this issue with people stopping and trying to pick me up and, well, all that nasty shit. So the scuzzier I look, the better. Like the unappealing, the more unappealing I look, fantastic. So anyways, and I felt a little good because I'm like, oh, I fit into this. I didn't even really think I was in this size yet, but okay, cool. Especially because I've been dealing with swelling, the last couple weeks. Anyhow, I'm coming down after my first mile and the sun is moving. So the way that the sun is hitting the sidewalk and the pavement, it's different than the first time I went around. And this time I get a view of my lady thighs and what they really look like. Like, in my head, I'm like, girl, you look good, Beanie. Like, you know what? You're making moves. You walking every day. You're slenderizing. And in my head, I'm still not as big as I am. Like, in my head, I'm big, but I'm not this big. Yeah, until I saw myself on the sidewalk. And I don't know if I ever told you guys this story, but I know I've told the story to other people about the time that I thought somebody was following me and it turned out it was my ass. If I haven't told that story, I'll have to go back and look at my other videos. This happened when I first started gaining a lot of weight a couple years ago. If I haven't, I'll have to go back and look, and I'll tell you guys the story. Only me, some stupid shit like that would happen to. But anyways, so I just saw my legs. And I'm not even talking, first of all, I always had thick legs. I've always been voluptuous. Even when I've been thin, I've been voluptuous. Big boobie, small waist, thick legs. But I never realized, at least in the last couple of years, like I said, I was very aware of how fat I was getting just by a lot of my limitations, but really not that aware. You know what I'm saying? Like, it because stuff don't fit you anymore. You can't bend the way you used to or whatever. But it wasn't like I was sitting there taking pictures of myself, al fresco, or watching myself walk. I avoided all that. I avoided all that because I was not interested in seeing myself like that. And even up until today, when I wore these pants, I've always worn really loose, you know, like fat girl workout pants. But then like today, I'm like, oh, it's Sunday. There's nobody out except other people walking. No big deal. Just wear it, girl. Who cares? And of course, you know, I have a t-shirt underneath my sweatshirt. So the t-shirt is long enough to go over like my butt a little bit and whatever. But anyhow, fat lady problems. I saw what it looks like to see my thighs pushing past one another as I'm walking. And I wasn't aware that it looked like that. So obviously, I mean, I'm going to wear these around the neighborhood because the grosser I look when I walk, great, nobody will stop and try to pick me up. But you guys, that's awful. It's awful. Like, and then it made me think about, like, as I'm going around the blocks and whatever, I'm like, you know, when I first started putting on weight, I didn't really notice too much as far as like my thigh action, except like in the summertime, obviously you had to wear shorts that were long enough that you didn't have the thigh rub, because your skin can literally get chafed and raw from it rubbing together. So you either have to powder it up, you know, cornstarch it. There's this silicone stuff. Oh God, what is it? It's by, I think by Lamisil. I think Lamisil makes it, and some kind of silicone based. It's not for thigh. No, it is for skin. I think it's for skin. That's how they market it. And people in the beauty community were using it as a primer, like a silicone based primer for makeup. But yeah, that stuff. But the tube is so thin. I think I tried it once when I first started gaining a lot of weight, and I'm like, fuck that. I'm just going to wear stuff that's long enough. So, you know, it's the fabric rubbing against my legs and not, you know, the skin, because the skin will kind of stick together, you know? So that was enlightening, but it still didn't put perspective. Like, I just saw what it looked like. Now, and I also have saddlebags now. Like, I never had saddlebags. Like, I had always a thick butt, and like I said, thick legs, but I never had saddlebags. Like, I literally saw like a lump that I would consider a saddlebag, but I'm not worried about it, because I think within the next 100 pounds that I'm taking off, it will be minimalized, you know, like the look of it. And, you know, I don't care as long as the weight's gone, what it really, the aftermath looks like. I know other people get worked up about it, and like they don't like all the loose skin and all that. I don't know. I want to take the good with the bad, and I think the good is to get the weight off and get my body healthy, so it's not on the struggle bus all the time. And if the bad is some loose skin, I'm gonna just take that loose skin and wear it as a badge of honor. But yeah, so thigh rubbing, and that's no joke, you guys. And if you're a thick person and you're saying you don't have thigh rub problems, you're a liar, or you're in denial. Because, and I'm not talking about get a thigh gap, because I think thigh gap is also, you know, that's not sexy either. I think curves on a person are sexy. But what I just looked like in my head, I'm not walking like this, you guys. In my head, I'm power walking. Okay, I'm power walking. But when I caught my reflection, so now when I see it in the reflection of the sidewalk, what my legs look like, I'm like, oh shit. So now when I come up this road, there are a string of businesses that are closed. So you can see your reflection in the in their storefronts, right? So I'm going really slow as I'm going past these storefronts. And then I actually turned and walked towards the storefront just to verify, like, I was seeing what I was seeing. And yes, I was seeing what I was seeing. I was seeing, like, it was like this. It looks like, you guys, it looks so gross. It looks gross. It doesn't look nice. It doesn't feel nice. You know, I think when you have, like, these lycra pants on like I have, it makes it for a smoother swoosh. But I will tell you something, and I'm not embarrassed to talk about it, and this is what I'm saying. Listen, I'm just owning everything that has happened to me as a member of the fat community. Is it even a community? I don't know. It's like half of America, more than half of America is fat. So, I mean, really, we're the majority. But I remember that when I really started bulking on the weight, and I'm talking like I gained 50 pounds in less than a year and a half. I remember I stopped buying clothes because I didn't want to admit to myself that I was gaining this weight, right? And I had this one pair of jeans. It was like the last pair of jeans that could fit me. And jeans just didn't fit comfortably as a biggins. Like, it didn't fit good around my gut. It didn't fit good on my legs. So I had one pair of jeans left, and those are the jeans I rocked and I wore until, and I never noticed it. I never noticed it until it happened. But one day I go to get in the car, and my leg busts through the inside of the jeans. And when I say bust through, it's like if you had a, you know, like people with cutout knees? Okay, so it was like a cutout between my legs. Listen, don't get sassy. Maybe some of you biggies, you had the same thing or similar things happen. Or if not, you're going to go check your pants now and see if it was happening. So what had happened was, with the legs rubbing back and forth, so we're going to say, like, these are my feet, the tips of my fingers are my feet, and the bottom of my fingers are, like, you know, the leg part. So when I'm doing this, okay, you see how that here at the bottom? Okay, so what happens? If you're rubbing the fabric together, the fabric wears away. So basically, I wore a hole over that year and a half that I would not buy any more clothes. I wore a hole from my fat legs rubbing against each other. And that messed me up. It didn't mess me up enough for me to be able to go and buy another pair of jeans. No, what I did was I didn't buy any more jeans. I do have jeans now. But yeah, that messed me up, because I was like, first I was like, what the hell happened to my pants? And I'm rubbing my hand and I'm looking down and I'm like, what the shit? And that's what it was. It was because of my fat ass legs rubbing together. So there's a fine line between, you know, I'm not saying all people that have rubbing legs are gross. I'm talking when you have more rubbing than you do gap. That's a problem. And, you know, right now, my bottom half of my legs, like I said, I have thick legs. I'm always going to have thick legs. Even when I was thin, I had thick-ish legs. And I'm good with those thick legs. But what I just saw just now, like how the legs are competing with each other. See, that's what it looks like to me. So that just shows me, like, my body does not naturally want to be like that. Like, when my body thought about walking for the day, it didn't think that one leg had to compete with the other as far as how much fat one piece of the leg had to move past the other. And I just say, God, you know what, Beanie? You didn't treat yourself good. You know, like, I'm like, I didn't treat myself good. Again, did not treat myself good. And I was in such denial and, you know, in a place of depression and anxiety and awful. So the lesson is, maybe you're in denial too about some things. You know, maybe you watch weight loss videos and weight loss people, or, you know, weight loss content creators, and say, well, at least I'm not as bad off as they are. But maybe you got to take, there's a little airport where we are, so somebody's practicing. You know, maybe take a little bit of inventory, like self-personal. And I'm not saying pick yourself apart, okay? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying get in the mirror, pick yourself apart, you know, figure out all the shit that you hate about yourself. What I'm saying is, you know, if you've hesitated to make changes in your life and you're a procrastinator, like your friend Beanie, or if you have the mindset of I don't have time, and I don't have time just translates into it's not a priority to me, Okay, so if you say, I don't have time to work out, I don't have time to cook healthy, I don't have time, whenever we say we don't have time to do something, we're just saying it's not a priority. So if you catch yourself doing that either out loud or to yourself, I challenge you to start saying, this is not a priority for me. And that will help play a little bit of a mind game with yourself. Because when you say that, well, this is not a priority, well, then you sound like a real jerk because your health is not your priority. So, you know, those are little things that I have to even do with myself. But I just had a fat girl moment, and a fat lady problem is for sure thigh rub. It's not pretty. It's not, I mean, it's costing me money because every time the thighs rubbing back and forth wear down another pair of pants, that's more money than I'm sinking to buy replacements for those. So that's my rant about thigh rub. I hope each and every one of you is great. My email, like you guys always know, it's beanieunscripted@gmail.com. We're going to the dentist tomorrow. I think I might take you guys with me. I think so. I don't know. We're going to see. I hope each and every one of you is well. I hope you guys are doing the best possible care for yourself and for your loved ones. But remember, you know, you have to love yourself above everybody else. Above your family, above your children, above your husband. If you don't love yourself above everyone else, then you're no good to everybody else, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to put yourself first. Put yourself first. When we start changing our lives, the people around us are affected by those changes as well. So it's kind of like you grow health and wellness and happiness. And those of you, my friends, who are embarking on your teeth journey because it's the new year and you have new, you know, health benefits, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm hoping that everything goes well, and I'm just going to urge you, please don't wait to get your teeth work started. One tooth at a time. And I think we've talked about it before, and I'm going to talk about it again in another video I have planned. But you know, get yourself in alignment with a dentist that can understand your concerns. If you say, listen, I don't have the money, and they want you to take out one of those care credits, and that's not how you want to live, you don't want to live in debt, and you say, listen, I don't want to live in debt, this is what I can afford to do, and I'm okay with doing these extractions one at a time. Well, if one doctor's not into it, find another one. Find somebody who's in alignment with your goals. But anyways, my phone's about to die, and it's getting a little bit chilly now. I don't know if you noticed that the clouds are coming in, so the sun's not on me. It's just a smidge chillier. But okay, guys. Ooh, now I don't want to walk home. I gotta go. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.